Hi, welcome to my channel. I started this probably in 2024, but last year was crazy. Anyways, this video is my presentation, my PowerPoint on how I got into STAYC because I'm recording this and uploading it as a anniversary video of me becoming a fan of STAYC February 23rd, 2023, 3 years ago. Anyway, um, SWITH is the fandom name, meaning to stay with Stacy. Okay, story time. When I was growing up, I loved watching story time on YouTube. All sorts of story time. Never thought I'd share my own, but here we are, 2026. Okay, so back in 2020, the pandemic happened. The world shut down. I remember I was in college in my second semester of my second year. Everything was normal, and then everything was not normal. At this time, I was, in terms of K-pop, I was quite obsessed with some group, but I wasn't really focused on K-pop because I wanted to focus on my studies. So 5 years ago, I was attending my second year. Oh, I was mainly following third gen groups, like K-pop groups that made their debut in, I don't know, 2012 to 2019 or 2018 or 2017. I don't know. But I was really obsessed with third generation K-pop group because I fell into K-pop in 2015 and fully listened right around 2017. Um, what I mean by that is that in 2015 I was obsessed with K-pop, but I was still listening to pop music and other language music, and like stuff on the radio. But 2017 was when I completely just listened to K-pop. Everything new, old, and upcoming. So talking about 2020 specifically, the year that Stacey debuted in November, I do not remember any teaser at all. Even though I was quite into hearing about debuts of other groups, but to be honest, I was more focused on the groups that were debuting from companies whom already had other groups, like groups that came from companies that are uh, known for having girl groups or boy groups already. But Stacy is the first group from their company. So, but I was on Twitter, but it wasn't, the teaser didn't pop up. Um, but I remember when So Bad dropped their debut song in November 12th, 2020. I remember watching the music video on the day they debuted. And the only reason I remember it is because of one of the members, Jay. Her voice and line in that song was like very memorable. Like I remembered it really well because of her voice and her the way she sang her lines. Yeah, the what people would call a deep voice. Um, but yeah, that was it for 2020. I I wasn't into STAYC yet. I wasn't a Swiss yet. Okay, 2021. This was again another year into the pandemic. The first year into the pandemic, and I was in college still. I was still listening to K-pop, but I really, really wanted to stop. Like I really, really wanted to stop because it was consuming me, consuming a lot of me. It was taking up a lot of my time, probably because I was online going to school and K-pop is also online. And so I just was online all the time. Um, but yeah, I really wanted to stop listening to K-pop. Um, I had other stuff too, like work and school. Okay, maybe I didn't have that much going on in my life, but I had enough to not really want to listen to K-pop anymore. Um, I was tired. Okay, side note, this was the year 2021 that I just I really didn't like it anymore, K-pop, because of all the news in the industry every single year. This is how obsessed I was. I was following up with the news when I should have been living my life. Anyways, that's another story. Um, but in the midst of all that, in the midst of all the groups that I listened to in 2021 and the news that broke, I still somehow heard ASAP. ASAP was Stacey's first comeback, and back then I was obsessing over it. I was following the catchy dance point, the choreography dance, killing point, the key point of the dance. And yeah, I will say I have an unpopular opinion that I do not like ASAP. It's not my favorite song from them, and also it's a song I would skip, probably because it's overplayed. But if I heard it live, or like if I were to hear it at that concert, I wouldn't mind. You know. Anyways, um, Stereotype was the comeback after ASAP in 2021. The only thing I remember from this comeback promotion time was Isa. Her blue hair, one of the members named Isa, she had blue hair in the music video and for the comeback. And I was just kind of blown away, probably because I grew up wanting blue hair, to dye my hair blue, and just seeing blue hair just like on someone else, it's like, oh my God, that's so pretty. Anyways, um, moving on. 2022. This was a year of lots of new things. Graduation, first job out of college, going back home after college. What else? For K-pop, I guess I don't remember much from 2022. K-pop wise, besides the fact that I actually went to K-Con for the first time and the last time. Um, I But before I talk about K-pop, the beginning of 2022, Stacey had a comeback called Stacey had a comeback with the song "Run to You," and I remember watching the music video, and I was obsessed with Jay's lines again, her voice, and yeah, I was I was pulled in to that part of the song. But another member stood out to me, Yoon. Stacey has a mem Stacey has a member named Yoon, and her parts in the song "Run to You" also stood out to me. Um, Anyways, from "Run to You" to KCON, so from February, "Run to You" came out in February 2022. KCON was August 2022. That time gap, timeline gap, I really just, I really didn't think about Stacey or like listen to Stacey or know what was going on with them. I wasn't a fan of them yet. I was just a casual listener and a K-pop fan. So a fan of K-pop. Okay, I'm talking a lot. Um, I don't talk that much, so that's why. Anyway, um, uh, I accidentally saw Stacey at KCON early. Oh yeah, so I won a ticket to the convention and the concert solely because I wanted to see a different group. But that was the first time I saw Stacey perform live, and um. That was the first time I didn't know they had a comeback. Beautiful Monster, but then my first watch of the music video was on the big screen at the venue for KCON LA, which was Crypto.com Arena. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly how I felt watching it, but I was like pretty calm. Like I liked the song. Then again, so much was happening, so many artists, groups, sound, lights, things going on that day. I don't know exactly what I was feeling, but that was 2022. 2023 was the year that I fell into Stacy, like for real, like become a part of her fandom. That sounds weird. I'm weird. Anyways, uh, adulting. Oh yeah, so I was adulting with a job after college. So I survived a lot of stuff. Also, at this point, I was listening to K-pop since 2015, so like 8 years now. I really wanted to stop in 2021. Anyways, it's just me being bitter about lots of other things. Anyway, um, as a K-pop fan, I went through lots of changes. Oh yeah, the Generation Idol, the generation that I was in love with, they were going from group comebacks to solo stuff, like solo stuff, like their own music, going back to school, going into acting, getting married, having babies, going on hiatus, health issues, jail, like everything. Anyways, so what do I do now? I never found I never found a long-lasting growth with music. Okay, this part I need to talk about. Like, I really need to talk about this part. I never found a long-lasting girl group in music to become part of that. And what I mean by that is, so the first girl group I ever listened to growing up, I'm 25. Growing up in 2012, I listened to Fifth Harmony before they were Fifth Harmony. It's an American girl group formed in a competition show called X Factor in America, season two, I think. And it's kind of similar to how One Direction was formed in Little Mix in the UK. But for Fifth Harmony, I was watching the show and they were formed, and I was like, oh my God, I love them so much. So I listened to them from when they started releasing music, 2013, 2014, up until one of the members went solo, my favorite member. 2017 is when she, no, 20, at the end of 2016 was when she left. And 2017 was when she started releasing solo music. And the Fifth Harmony members started doing music as only four instead of five. Anyway, that really threw me off. Um, Moving on. So when I went into K-pop in 2015, I did not listen to a girl group until 2017 because I don't know, I was young and I didn't want to like fall for something that was like, oh, this group is just gonna this member is just gonna go solo. I don't know, like what's it called? Childish things. Um, but in the end of 2017, one of my cousins introduced me to Twice. Um, Specifically the song Likey. It was the end of 2017 and Twice was coming back with Likey. And I was like, this is annoyingly cute. I don't like this. But it has a nice ring to it. It's catchy. Also, I was overplaying it. And I almost bought the album, Twicegram, which was the album for the song Comeback of Twice that I first heard of them. But, um, so I watched a bunch of Twice stuff. Then I found a variety show episode where I found a girl group, a K-pop girl group, on my own, willingly listened to. They go by the name G-Friend, and after that, I just fell into G-Friend and watched a bunch of G-Friend uh, content, music, stuff from the past because in 2017, they were already active. They started their active, they started, they debuted back in 2015 and they had already did a lot of stuff. And so I was catching up on the old stuff, keeping up with them in the present, and then from 2017 to 2021, which was the year they disbanded. The way I'm talking about this make me feel like I'm very chronically online, which I am. I still am. Um, I've been talking about this for so long. Okay. So twice, then G-Friend. Then I was like weirdly hurt as a fan, or I don't know. I have a hard time with my emotions. Let's just say that. Um, Anyways, so Friend disbanded in 2021. I was just too obsessed with them to the point where I didn't like separate myself from them. So, anyways, so I really just, I, I just, I just couldn't wrap my head around listening to girl groups anymore in 2021 because I was just in this state of emotion that I didn't like to deal with. It was just getting a little. Anyways, um, 2021 was when GFriend disbanded. That happened. So I fell into boy groups again. I just listened to boy groups. But then 2022, I listened to a girl group that I had casually been listening to in 2018, which was WJSN Cosmic Girl. Then they went on a hiatus in 2022, and now here we are, 2023. That was my side story of how I never found a long-lasting girl group in music. And so even with STAYC at first in 2023, I was kind of like hesitant because I have issues with my emotion. And I guess I'm just exposing it now to, well, it goes with the story of how I felt with STAYC. Okay, growing up, I really loved and still love listening to lyrics. Oh yes, I'm obsessed with lyrics. I have a thing for words. Like any meaningful stuff, I love. Um, to a fault. Like I shouldn't just like the lyrics. Sometimes I should just vibe out to the sounds, you know? Anyways, it's because of the lyrics that I was able to understand my emotion a little bit better. Like if I was feeling some type of way, I would be able to pull up a song and tell you, this is what I'm feeling. I'm not normal in the whole. I will tell you what I'm feeling. I don't know where this video is going. But uh, and if you hear anything in the background, I apologize. But in 2023, February, 3 years ago, STAYC made a comeback with Teddy Bear. That's not the song that got me into them. It's the B-side. No, I don't know what it's called. I guess side other song. Um, they had the song Teddy Bear, and then they also had Poppy, which was the song that accompanied the main song, the one they were promoting, Teddy Bear. Uh, anyways, the reason I fell for the song Poppy was because so they had Poppy as a Japanese song. Okay, pop groups they do this. I explain and over explain too much. Okay, anyways, K-pop groups have Korean comeback, but they also have Japanese comeback because just because. Um, and so I'm nervous, I guess. I really don't speak that much. Poppy was was their Japanese debut, meaning their first song in the Japanese market. Yeah. So they made a Korean version of the song Poppy to accompany Teddy Bear, the song for this month, February 2023 comeback. Um, Poppy was getting overplayed. Like I was hearing it all over on social media because they were doing challenges, like TikTok dance, well not TikTok, but like social media dance challenges with the song with other idols, other K-pop idols. Specifically, they did a YouTube show. I probably will not be editing a lot of this because a lot of my video edits are like very, 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 very meticulous. Very like I'm the video edits I have, they were edited in a specific way, in amateur way, but they were edited in a way that I wanted to make it look. And so all of this that I'm talking right now is not going to be edited because I need to show more content of me, I guess. And I never done this before. Um, Back to the point. They they did a dance challenge with a third generation K-pop idol who caught my eye because I had been hearing it over and over again. But then I saw this specific YouTube video of the song dance challenge, and I was like, who is this group? Because it's still at this time I didn't know all the members. I didn't know like as much as I knew about other K-pop groups that I was a fan part of the fandom. And so I was like, oh yeah, let's see this let's see this group. So I think at that time I watched Teddy Bear and I watched Poppy performances on music shows. K-pop have Korean music shows put on every day of the week. I swear to you, I know too much about this industry that has nothing to do with me, but it feels good to talk about it out loud. I really don't know who's actually gonna watch this all the way to the end. Anyway, um, so I watched the live performances, and there was a part in Poppy that stood out to me because the member that sang it, her voice, her hair, her facial expression, everything kind of just stuck to me, I guess. It was Sumin, and she was the member that stood out to me then, and it's still my favorite member now. But I like all the members. Anyway, moving on. Finally, moving on to 2023. 2024. Um, oh God. This year was personally not a year I want to talk about. But in terms of being a Swiss K-pop and STAYC, it was okay. Oh my God, wait. I saw Stacy perform at their first world tour, LA concert stop at the end of 2023 in October, but I did not watch the entire concert. I left early for personal reasons. Also, never go to a concert on a Sunday night. Okay, 2024. I was in a slump. I have many slumps. I'm in one right now. Um, shit. I don't know why I'm saying too much. Um, reading myself. Yes, I was too in my own head, as I am still today. Uh, I went to an event in uh, a mall close to LA um, to see STAYC. For what reason, I don't know. That was 2 years ago. I was just personally going through so much that I don't want to talk about. Mm, but I went to D-Fest them and I saw them. And at this point, I wasn't really like totally obsessed with them until compared to 2025 and now. But in 2024, I was like not even a year in. No, wait, it was a year. Yeah, it was a year into being fan of STAYC, and I was like, I saw them. I recorded the their appearance. I did not say a single word. I don't know. I just don't see idols as idols in person. I see them just as people. But then, like when it's a concert or when it's an event or when I'm watching like through a screen, it's like, oh my God, idolizing them, whatever. But when I saw them at the event that they made an appearance at, I was like confused because I've never really, I don't go to these type of things, but I did this time. And looking back, it really helped me get out of my slump. Anyways, um, Stacey had a comeback in 2024, and another unpopular opinion, this comeback is essentially my favorite. It was a full album with a lot of new songs, and I'm smiling because I'm thinking about how I heard a lot of the songs in concert last year. But moving on. Um, then they came back in October with GPT, and um, I was tuned in. I was watching everything, and the song was really good. Honestly, I don't. 2024 feels so long ago. Anyway, let's move on. Last year, 2025. I do not know how long this video is going to be, but I'm surprisingly still talking. And 2025 was a really weird year for me because I did so much and I felt so much, but I was also just kept to myself online or doing the video edit for the channel and like writing. I'm not making sense because last year did not make sense to me. I'm someone who really likes not talking about my emotions and also trying to make sense of things. But I mean, everyone has things that they've gone through that they don't want to make sense of. And now I've lost track of what I'm trying to say. I don't even know. I don't have a script. It's not planned. I'm not editing this. I kind of want to sum up last year somehow. So not really talk about it as much because I already shared so much of what I experienced last year through edits and uploads and stuff. Mm, um, Last year, I would say STAYC saved me. Am I gonna explain in detail how? No. Um, do I really want to? No. I mean, to me, they were, they are the girl group that I had always been looking for for so many years, right? And they see discography, songs, personality, careers, everything is incredible, like a inspiration, motivation for me. And I really did not think last year was going to be, I really did not think last year was going to be a year that I would like, but Daisy got me through each day, night, month, season, bad day, good day, short day, long days, rainy days, sunny days. They got me through it. Oh my god, that cover of Golden, you have to hear it. Specifically that made me like it changed my existence. Um, I don't know what else to say about last year. Mm, I will not say anything else except thank you for watching this video. 2026. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That's it. Okay. Oh, last thing. Go listen to Stacey's Japanese song, Japanese album. They just released new music. And um, if you like this video, I will film more of me talking. If you didn't, I will still film more of me talking. Okay. Um, have a good have a good day. Good night.